Wish you all a very happy 2024. Welcome to yet another edition of Horizon, the Videozine of JM Financial Services. Every year in January, we hear about the resolutions for the year. So let's also do a similar exercise. Let's write down some resolutions for the year 2024. And there have been reasons why we put these resolutions together. But before we look at what to do in 2024, let's take a quick look at what happened in 2023. Incidentally, as we all know, towards the end of December 2023, the equity markets scaled new highs. Sensex, the popular barometer of Indian financial markets, Indian capital markets, crossed 72,000 mark. In the beginning of the year 2023, it started at roughly 61,000. So from that point, it's an impressive 18% rally. While Sensex saw an 18% rally, the international equity markets, they saw roughly 25% upside during the same period. And while Sensex may be used as a barometer of the Indian stock markets, the smaller companies, the mid caps and the small caps, did even better at around 40% plus annualized returns during the year. Now, this was phenomenal performance because during the same period, gold was closer to 10% and real estate delivered roughly 2% returns. So equities definitely had a phenomenal run. We did a few stories about the great opportunity available to investors and business owners to invest money in India. And this, as well as the rising financial market valuations, were almost in sync. But when the valuations rise, the markets may become costly. And this is where a lot of people have a dilemma. Will the rally continue or will there be a reversal? Incidentally, 2024 also would be the year when India goes to elections. With this background, let's now start with our first resolution for the year. Whatever happens in the economy, whatever happens in the market, and whatever happens on the election front, the first and the most important question for any investor is, why am I investing? And answering this why would be my first resolution. I will invest my money to answer this why, which can be broken down into two parts. One, to live a life of my choice, and number two, to fund the financial goals. My financial goals as well as my family's financial goals. Everything else would become secondary. First resolution, start with why. Resolution number two. While I'll start with that why, when I've got long-term financial goals to fund, the way to create wealth to be able to fund those goals goes back to some of the stories we did. The great India story. So my resolution number two is, I will participate in the great India story through investing in equity, the stock markets, be it directly through stocks or through vehicles like mutual funds. But that is my resolution number two. Investing for long term does not mean you invest everything that you have today and then simply wait for that long term. investing for long term also allows me an opportunity to periodically keep investing. And that's my resolution number 3. I will invest on a regular basis. Incidentally, there is a wonderful mechanism for that called SIP. So my third resolution is I will invest regularly to participate in the India growth story. Long term looks like a great opportunity. But as we saw in earlier years, and some of the anecdotes that we shared in some of the earlier issues of Horizon, the markets would go through various ups and downs. Some of our experts in the earlier editions, while highlighting the opportunities in India, also highlighted that the up move is not going to be linear and there would be volatility. There is going to be risk in the short term. Which short term and when? Difficult to predict. And for that purpose, my resolution number 4 is, in order to reap the benefits of the long term, I'll protect myself and my portfolio against the potential downsides in the short term. Investment is one part of the entire journey. But in order to fund some of the goals, one can also borrow money. For example, to fund the education of the kids, you can take education loan. To build a house, you can take a home loan. Whenever it comes to borrowing, there is an interest cost attached. There is a repayment schedule attached. If that interest cost or the repayment goes out of hand, then the long-term goals may suffer. And that's my resolution number 5. I will borrow responsibly only when really needed. When we talk about money management, in the end, the money management is done for not just oneself, but for the entire family. And that's my resolution number 6. I will involve my family members when I take financial decisions. Those who do not want to get involved or can't get involved, I'll at least inform them about the financial situation, where the money is, where my insurance policies are, how to claim when the need arises. But eventually, if we go back to the first resolution, which is starting with the why, one of the whys was to live the life of one's choice. And if that's the case, my resolution number 7 and the final resolution for 2024 is going to be, don't stress too much about money and I'll enjoy my life. Thank you so much and wish you all a very happy and prosperous 2024.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.